then their narrative is false. Does this make sense? Of the verses that they're questioning. Okay, so let me give you one or two examples. The first one is quite popular. Narrative is false. Some detract. Does this make sense? Of the verses that they're questioning. The Quran says, okay, that sperm give you one or two comes from between the back. The first one is quite popular. Chapter 26, some detract. Does this make sense? Of the verses that they're questioning. And they say, Quran says, that sperm give you one or two comes from between the first one is quite popular. Chapter 26, some detract. Does this make sense? And they say, Quran says, that sperm give you one or two comes from between the first. He was created from spiritual fluid, then he emerges, or the other translation is, then the fluid itself emerges from between the backbone and the ribs. So what is the detraction? What is the detraction? Then he emerges, or the other translation is, then the fluid itself emerges from between the backbone and the ribs. So what is the detraction? Allah doesn't mention the backbone. So what is the detraction? Allah doesn't mention the backbone. So what is the versus someone in practice pointing the fingers at, you would find when you understand the language and the science properly, it does go against direct observation. And we gave the case study of Sub and Tawa'id, which is one of the contentions from the atheist types when they say, look, the Quran got it wrong, and we know the Quran didn't get it wrong, and we cite 3 classic opinions which show that once you understand the language, you understand the science even at the basic level, you know there's no friction from a direct observation perspective. So in conclusion, science does not lead to atheism. Ignorance leads to atheism. As Allah says in the Quran, only a fool will reject the way of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Let's have some questions. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh, excellent.
Now, what I took away was that science and religion are not compatible with each other, they're in harmony with each other. But it's relying too much on scientific explanations, not directly for our traditional Islamic beliefs.
Say that again, I didn't catch it because of the echo.
Is relying too much on scientific explanations, not directly for our traditional Islamic beliefs.
Yeah, so no one said that you should rely on scientific explanation for Islamic beliefs, because this is about epistemology, the sources of knowledge. And so the sources of knowledge in Islamic tradition, yes, you can use empirical data for certain things. When it comes to matters of metaphysics or creed, sometimes science has no say. In actual fact, it's de-scoped. The method itself does not inform these things. What informs these things is revelation itself. So no one's going to rely on science for proving the day of judgment. Or no one's going to rely on science to figure out, I don't know, certain ahkam, certain rules of Islamic law. So I mean, that statement itself is kind of nonsensical. It actually implies a form of scientism, which basically argues that science is the only way to render the truth about the world in reality, which is an absurd position. No one adopts that form of scientism, because science kind of improves on assumptions. Because you need the assumption of external causal connections, which is a metaphysical understanding. The nature of the causal link is not scientific. You can observe so-called causes and effects, but you don't observe the nature of the causal link. As Professor Samir Okasha says, that science relies on the assumption that you have to believe in the uniformity of nature. But science can't prove that assumption. It requires that assumption in order for scientific theories to work. So science can't even do with assumptions. Science can't do with mathematical truths, deductive truths. Why does it? What is the nature of the logical relation? Can you observe a logical relation? Logical relations are necessary before you do any science. When you make an inference, there is a logical relation between the conclusion and the previous premises. Can you see that? You need to assume that before you do science. So no one says that science is a source of everything, all knowledge, and science explains theological realities. No, it's de-scoped. It's not part of its method to deal with things like morality, or law, or testimony, or history, or stories. Just don't de-scope science. Let science stay in its lane. Yes.
Yes. So you're right. I mean, conceptually, philosophically, it doesn't lead to atheism. But from what you're psychologically, the psychological perspective is a very powerful one, because arrogance leads to atheism. Yes. So the funny thing is, when a scientist says, and to be honest, many good scientists don't say this, but if someone were to say, oh, we could manipulate nature, we could, we know how things work now, therefore God doesn't exist, that itself is fallacious. Because it's equivalent of me saying that I know how the car works, I can fix my car, therefore no one made my car. It's actually a really stupid perspective. But they're motivated by it because it creates a sense of arrogance, isn't it? This mutakabbir, this kibr. Yeah, you're right. And to be honest, one of the issues of atheism is a form of kibr, in my view. And doctors may get this as well, so be very careful, right? And always remember, and to be honest, I'm not going to say this just to belittle you, but some of the most stupid people I've met are doctors, yeah? They're good in their field, but just because you're a doctor doesn't mean you're good at philosophy. In actual fact, many doctors are terrible at philosophy, yeah? And they're terrible at diet as well. They don't know much about food these days, yeah? But the thing is, you get this God complex, because doctors are like quite high status, especially in Pakistani communities. I must be someone special, yeah? Yeah, but they need good humiliation. Sometimes humiliation is beautiful for the tarbiyah, for the soul. So that happens when. That's so cute. Yeah, a broken heart, man. A broken heart. Absolutely. Oh, we're done yet? Okay, khalas. Listen, it was wonderful being here. May Allah bless you. Jazakallah for your time. Hopefully it was informative. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Hamza. For those of you who can't read, on the backboard, it says an in-depth discussion, and Brother Hamza has fully delivered. I'm sure everyone agrees. Just one last thing. Man la yashkur an-nas la yashkur Allah. Those who are not grateful to people are not grateful to Allah. And we are definitely very grateful for Brother Hamza that he showed up and spared some of his time today for us. So in recognition of that, I would invite to the stage Dr. Iftikhar. Kindly come up to the stage, and the president of our Study Project Society, Brother Sayyid Islam Hashmi, to the stage to present Brother Hamza with a shield. Can all of the organizers and volunteers come up to the front very quickly, please, for a quick photo, and then our speaker needs to leave. All the volunteers are requested to quickly come to the stage, please. The female volunteers in front of the stage. Kindly just make a line, please. Female volunteers in front of the stage, please.